Hello, welcome to a Chili Chun experimental omnibus review, where I went to re-up on some El Yucateco, and I saw what had happened since I've been gone. There's 100,000 flavors of El Yucateco now. It used to be just a couple. It was very simple. Now there's a whole set of them. I found 13. The bad news is it's a huge undertaking to find the information of which one is the best and which one you should buy. But the good news is I have all 13 and we're going to taste them all right now. As we get into this, a quick housekeeping note. I'm going to do these in order from mildest to hottest, according to the published Scoville ratings on the El Yucateco site. This is the mildest at less than 1,000. This is a habanero and grilled pineapple, which nice festive appearance here. You can see the le chunks of the grilled pineapple there. Because we got 13 of these to get in the books, I'm not going to do the ingredients for all of them because, good Lord, that would be quite boring. So what I'm going to do instead is give a general opinion, and suffer probably eventually. And then, if anything warrants like a closer look, I might go and do a proper scrutiny-based review of it later. Anyway, cheers. Grilled pineapple. Oh. That's quite tasty. It's got like this really good caramelized flavor to it on the pineapple, which is the grill, I suspect. But man, it's good. It's really, really good. I could totally see putting that on some charred chicken is the first thing that comes to mind, or seafood. But I think El Yucateco in general is really good with seafood. So far, great start. That's what I haven't seen before, and it's super tasty. Yeah, take a look at that. It reminds me in appearance of the Black label, but it's not black. It has a deep, I'm not sure, sometimes camera colors are funny, so I'm trying here, but this is like a super deep, like burnt sienna kind of color. Like it's super brown, like deep brown. Actually smells a fair bit like coffee. It smells burnt and roasted, but that kind of goes with the coffee. That's okay. I wasn't so sure about that pairing. I'm not a big coffee guy anyway, being honest, but oh, it's kind of got a sweet thing up front. I wasn't expecting that. Whoa. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you get like it's real coffee, like strong coffee hit. And then it kind of blends. You also get this bitterness, kind of reminds me of the Black label a bit. It's really good. Like it's very, very coffee-y. Like it almost comes across like coffee first. And then it's got the roastiness from the peppers, and the habaneros just, they don't taste like, El Yucateco habaneros don't taste like habaneros as such because they're so roasted. And this tastes mostly like that roasting and charring process. It's good. It's a bit of an oddball. Not 100% sure where I would put this guy, for eating. I think, I say steak with all kind of stuff, but El Yucateco's steak is wicked. And this coffee, I think, would go really well with that. I'm not a dessert hot sauce guy, but this, especially with that like sweet overtone at the beginning. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you're a dessert hot sauce person, this might be up your alley. So this one's the red version. There's also a black that are intended to be consumed with delicious seafood. Deeply charred, beautiful flecks of pepper and some lighter flecks as well. It's beautiful color. It's pretty. It smells really good. It smells like a ranchero sauce, kind of like not tomatoey, but it smells roasty and spiced. Cool. That one, I feel like this one's milder than the pineapple based hot sauce, but this one, man, I bet that would be good with like some cold shrimp or ceviche, like a shrimp cocktail, that type of thing. Man, that would be real tasty. Mix this with a little bit of butter. I think you're really getting somewhere for your seafood. Yeah. This is the hot sauce chili jalapeno. Yeah, this one is without a habanero. So that's not something that El Yucateco really does that much. This one I don't think was one of the 2023 new ones. I think it's just one I hadn't heard of before. This one's going to be a nice, pretty color. Look at, oh, it's too much. No. All right, no worries. Look at it though. That's beautiful. It's like a freaky green, but it is the green of like a cooked green pepper with some flecks in there. Oof. Oh, it smells good. It smells super intensely jalapeno. And it smells like it's not a slouch in heat either, which jalapenos really aren't sometimes. They're really, at least buying them, the grocery buying experience in the United States of buying jalapeno peppers, dang it, you get all kinds of heat levels like all over the map. And this smells like on the hotter side. I'm a jalapeno lover. That's really good. It's just like intensely jalapeno, and it's got like a backing band to it. Like there's seasoning, there's acid there, but none of it's overpowering the jalapeno. It's just letting it be there. And the pepper taste is really good. Like it's quality, delicious. Like obviously they're not ripened because they're super duper green, but it's just a really fresh jalapeno. This is freaking good, dude. This is by far the best one so far. Habanero and Chiltepin, which I don't think I've had a fresh Chiltepin. I haven't had access to one. I would like to try. This one is as with all things Yucateco for the most part, habanero first and everything else after. All right, on you go. Nice and thick, like a El Yucateco should be. Ooh, it smells like almost tomatoey a bit. Has a nice savoriness to it. Like it smells more muted. It doesn't smell as threatening. It smells nice and savory. Oh, that's real different. Okay, I gotta know what spices. Okay, that's an interesting. It almost kind of ventures into the taste of like a fatale chili. Not as hot, nearly, but like weird, richly savory. I guess that's a chiltepin that I'm getting. Like you also, but it's not enough to really come through, other than making the habanero taste a little bit out of sorts. It's getting a little spicy, and honestly, I'm doing these like I'm not really getting up or anything between these. I'm just kind of going for it. So I'm getting a pretty good little burn on right now. This one's good. This one's it's another oddball. Like not in the same way as the coffee. Like the coffee one's an oddball because it's kind of sweet up front, and then it's like really intensely coffee. This one's kind of an oddball because the taste of the pepper being featured is odd. Like it's not bad. It's good, but it's definitely. I would think this would be more of an acquired taste than maybe any of the other ones we're going to taste today, because it doesn't taste weird or off or anything like that. It just has a pod flavor that's really different and like and cool. And I'm going to have to get my hands on a chiltepin pepper so I can figure out what's going on with that, because I want to understand better. We move on to the other seafood sauce, Marisquera Black, which also to be eaten with shrimp and in a whole habanero, like you do, in a giant whole habanero and a bit of shrimp. On to the handcrafted Malaysian mother of pearl hot sauce tasting spoon. And it's, see, this is less of a coffee color and more of a it's still a bit brown, but it's almost black as advertised. Oh, yeah. And you're starting to smell like the signature, for me, like the quintessential El Yucateco is the XXX Hot. And that one has this, it's not the right color to smell like the Black Label, but it does kind of give you that same like super, like almost like campfire kind of smell. Like, not like something's burnt, but like something's on fire right now and it's on your spoon. That's better than the red one. It's similar, but it's that burnt taste, like the super charred nut. Like, dude, that's so good. And there is not, in any barbecue sauce or any liquid smoke or any other hot sauce that I've had, there is nothing as close to the smell of like a campfire, like actually burning wood right next to you, that you can get in a bottle to El Yucateco. And this one is like probably the least hot of any sauce that gives you that. And so if you wanted like an entryway to get what I think is the magical secret sauce of El Yucateco, which is that campfire thing, this is amazing. Super good. And I would love to try it with seafood. And I think like if you didn't want to make agua chile and you wanted to like have that like flavor kind of experience, like this isn't exactly right like that, but this would get you it would help you understand why this is something you ought to make, because it's freaking good. I was quite surprised to see how high this was on the list of Scoville ratings. When you said Chipotle, I would have thought it would be pretty low, because I don't find Chipotles to be that hot personally. And this, I took a peek just to see if there's like habanero or something. No, it says Chipotle. But if it's like the jalapeno one, then it's going to be just very, very aggressively in your face with the pepper. So maybe that's why. There we go. Come on. Oh, it's going to go big right when it doesn't need to. All right, you know what? I'm going to stop there. I'm going to say good enough. Look at it. But yeah, it's just like the most Chipotle-est Chipotle smell I've ever smelled. Another one that's a bit sweet on the front. Oh, wow. That's really good. It's rich. It's kind of like you get tomato. I think that's where the sweet's coming from, but it's so reduced and so like cooked down that it's more almost a little jammy. But then the texture of the sauce is like a little sandy. Like there's like rich spices in there. And that's good. It kind of makes you think of mole a little bit. Like it's not mole by any means, but like it kind of makes you think about that. It's almost like a bit chocolatey, That's freaking amazing. We move on to one of my favorites. I love this black label. I hadn't had it in a while. This is the source of the roasty toasty, basically in a bottle, which is so cool. I just love that it exists because this is one of the weirdest hot sauces on the planet. And it smells like the essence of something being on fire in your vicinity, like a large burning object, like a huge tree is just in a raging inferno about this far from your face. It just smells like burning. Like it's like the flavor of burning in a bottle. A little zingy up front. They've been getting numb to it. Not particularly hot. But it has some pepper flavor to it, but the predominant flavor is the char and the burning. And the longer it sits in your mouth, it just develops into this it's like somebody pitched camp and set up a tiny campfire in your mouth, and it's just keeping everyone cozy while they sing songs and stuff. And it's great. And like anywhere if you want to cheat the barbecue system, like people like to make ribs in the oven or stuff like that, which I like that type of thing. Let's not call it barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. But if you want to make it taste like barbecue, don't reach for liquid smoke. Get you some of this, or better yet, that Marisquera Black, and put that in there. And it's going to give you a much more authentic kind of smoky, fiery taste than liquid smoke would. Or even though I know liquid smoke is what it says, but it just doesn't taste the same. This kind of does. It's good. All right. This is the last one before there's a fresh Dr. Pepper. I'm telling you right now. Caribbean. This is one I've always wanted to try and I have never tried, and I'm super excited to have it in front of me. And I was also happy to see how highly it ranked on the list of spiciness, even though so far that list has not meant a whole lot in terms of how it translated to reality. Yucateco, I'm sure that you either did a great job or paid a vendor who did a great job assessing the heat level in Scoville units. They are incorrect. I am kind of curious what makes this Caribbean. What makes it Caribbean? It's got carrot. There's not much else in here. I can only assume the spices make it Caribbean because the ingredients look real similar other than carrot, which I'll have to look. I don't think carrot's in a ton of these, if I remember correctly. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it smells like it's going to have that sweet on the front. It just smells less charred, I think. That's probably the main thing. Yeah. It's good. And it's not like jerk spiced or something, or if it is, it's subtle enough to where it's kind of washes in with the peppers, but it's got a little kick. Okay, that one's a bit spicy. I think it's just a less charred version of the carrot might be new, but the main thing for me is that you get like a bunch of that habanero flavor, but they hadn't burnt the hell out of it. And I mean that with the best will in the world because I love it. I love it, El Yucateco, when you burn the hell out of it. It's amazing. This is kind of like if you didn't, what life would be like. Life would still be beautiful, but it just wouldn't be as roasty toasty. I've always wanted to try it. I have tried it. It's very good. It's definitely in the running. This is my favorite habanero one so far by a long way. I'll tell you what, this one is substantially hotter than any of the other ones I've had so far. Huh. Good stuff. Into the pile you go. According to the thing, my break was about 4 minutes. It has done precious little to ease the pain. But we venture on. There are only 4 sauces remaining out of 13. All the hottest ones. Used to be my second favorite before this sequence, which I'm going to have a rethink. There's just too many. But the green, I've always loved the green, and this one is, if I remember correctly, is like salty and tart as hell, which I love it for. Such a pretty color. This is in fact a green habanero sauce, although it does look a lot like the jalapeno one we had earlier, and it smells a little angry, and it just smells zesty and fresh to me. It's definitely more tart than the previous ones. It's a little bit hotter. I think more I'm tasting the cumulative effects of doing this very rapidly, but the to me the heat level is a little bit hotter than the red. But this one, so much zestier. It has a little bit less of a savory flavor, like it's a lot more straightforward, but it's just a punch. And whatever you put it on, like this is going to kick it up a lot. It's properly salty, properly tangy. Ah, dang, it's good. Did you know that El Yucateco came in tiny packets? It sure does. Red and green. That's actually when I got these in my stocking because I put them there. It got me thinking about doing an El Yucateco video because I missed it. I hadn't had it in so long. Yeah, let's have some El Yucateco Red, which has long been a staple. Yeah, it smells so nice. It smells roasty, but it also smells like rich and savory. It's also less vinegary than the green. And a lot of these, there is not vinegar. In fact, it is acetic acid, which is what you dilute to make vinegar. So it's not vinegar. It's stronger than vinegar. But it does sure as hell taste vinegary to me. That's good. And this is the first one where I've gotten the signature El Yucateco, like the burn in the backpack on my throat, like way back here. Or maybe it's just the cumulative 1,000 paper cuts of these tastings. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Chili John. Oh my God, my face. All right. Everything's fine. We move on to the XXX. This one, if I remember correctly, is a fair bit hotter than the red and the green, but it is better, if you ask me. This is the one that got me into El Yucateco to begin with because of hot ones. Get in there. Come on. Give it. That's the color of there's this brand of mustard called Stadium Mustard, which I think is from the stadium in Cleveland, maybe. I'll put a link in there to where you can get some, because that's one of my favorite mustard for hot dogs. It's so good. But it almost kind of looks like, except the chunky version. This is the best aroma yet, because it brings together the magic of the black label, the savoriness of the red label, and the zestiness of the green label. I don't think it's a blend of those necessarily, but it's like they all come together to form the avatar of hot sauce, and this is it. It has everything, and it's plenty hot. I mean, it's hotter than the rest of them, and the rest of them are plenty hot too. But this is it's just such a killer sauce. I freaking love it. It also has a tiny, like mini sweet thing at the beginning. Aggressive black peppery pop, and then the heat's a bit more immediate on this one than it is on the red and the green. The red especially, like, it's hot, but it takes a minute to like get going. The green one comes on faster, but it's not as hot, as this one. This one has like a heat that hits you fast and a slow one, and almost like a black, excuse me, almost like a black pepper kind of thing. God, it's good. It's so good. I'm gonna have a second one. Yeah. This is a killer. It's so good. And pretty hot. I honestly, like, I don't think that anything else, as good as a lot of these have been, the Caribbean one I really like. You can't really hang with this one. What a journey. They can't really hang with this one. It's just so dang good. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, have mercy. The only way out is through. habanero and ghost pepper. Hot sauce extremely spicy. Oh, this one, I'm at a pretty nice solid burn right now. I'm hurting. Yeah, this one. So this one just, it brings freaking ghost peppers to the mix of, by the looks of it, maybe a little more in common with the red. There's some sugar cane in there. Oh, ghost peppers are pretty high on there. Okay. Let's have it. Let's have it, ghost pepper sauce. Oh my God. Okay, fine. Looks just like the red to me. It smells kind of hot. It smells good. Like, it's a little more in aroma akin to like the XXX than the red, even though it looks more like the red. Yeah. Cheers. Ooh, I see. Well, it's good. It's got like some nice like spices going on. A pretty aggressive. Hello. Aggressively seasoned. It's good. Oh, yeah. The ghost pepper is hidden way back in the back of my throat. It's been a while since I've had like actual ghost pepper stuff. If I'm being honest with you. That's pretty hot. But plus again, it's exaggerated because this is like, how long has this been running? 34 minutes of footage. 13 hot sauce. This is like one every 3 minutes. So there's a bit of that at play, but this is real hot. Like, it's not like world record hot or something, but I'm getting like some hot tears, some hot snot. Like my whole roof of my mouth is just destroyed. Yeah, that's aggressive. That's some powerful stuff. It does have a bit of a ghost pepper taste to it, but it's mostly El Yucateco. It tastes kind of like the XXX to me, maybe with a little bit of. I guess the real difference is. Oh man, the real difference is the spices. There's this like super aggressive, savory spice mix, but I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, Habanero Ghost is good. Richly spiced, properly hot. Well, something different, So I would say, like, if you're a chili head, these two, XXX and Habanero Ghost, are going to get you everywhere you want to go. They're super good. I freaking love the jalapeno one. It's so good. Absolutely buy it. It's amazing. If you want to try a little something different, these are nice. The Caribbean and the Black Label. This one for the essence of the fire. And this one for just like a nice change up. Oh man. Yeah. So I hope this was informative. Now you know which ones of these to buy, which ones that you could probably wait on. Maybe try if one of your friends buys them or something, but don't worry about it. The news is not that surprising, if I'm being honest. The real surprise for me was a jalapeno one, which, man, I love it. It's so good. But yeah, for the most part, very glad I had this experience. Probably need to eat something now. Thanks for watching this marathon tasting of El Yucateco sauce. I hope you enjoyed and were informed and enriched by the experience, as was I. Hope you have a good day ahead. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time with more spicy stuff.